Hello, this is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com, and this is another shaky cam interior review. This time we are in the Volkswagen Beetle R Line. This is a 2014 model. Many of you may remember the 2013 Turbo that we did. This is basically the same car, except it is the coupe rather than convertible. Otherwise, a lot of this will be very familiar to you. There's only two windows, so there's two windows here, door locks, side mirrors, vent, lighting. That's your lights outside, so you see, you turn those on, turn them off with that. This controls just what it looks like it controls. This is your, you have a little more instrument. Well, you'll see there's extra gauges. Each of these controls something different about those gauges. So it's mostly light, how bright they are. This being a Volkswagen, this is the turn signals as well as the cruise control. This has paddle shifting, of course, because it is the R Line or Sport model. In here you'll see, here's your RPM, here is your speed. This tells you different things. You can change what's on there using a menu button on the steering wheel. You'll see in 1 minute. This is the fuel gauge, and like the 2013, you'll note it is gigantic, so you feel like you're just sucking fuel down all the time because it's so large. Fuel economy in this car is rated, I believe, at 30 miles per gallon on the highway. This dongle is the windshield washers and so forth. And on the steering wheel, here are your menu controls. It controls what's up there, right here. You can also use this for the touch screen over there. This right here controls radio volume, phone, and so forth. And then this is hands-free, which is hit and miss, but it works pretty all right. I wasn't too worried about it. It's on par with what other people are doing. Up here, because it's the R Line, you'll see there are some extra gauges. You've got oil, and that's your timer, clock timer, so you can time yourself doing 0 to 60s and whatnot. And that is the turbo boost, the amount of PSI in the turbo boost. This is the touch screen. It's a little bit clunky. I don't really like Volkswagen's system, but it's not horrible. But it does need a lot of improvement. It's a little bit hard to get around, especially with like Sirius XM and things like that. It's a little difficult to get to exactly what you want without paging through a lot of stuff you don't want. Down here you'll see climate controls. They are pretty straightforward. This is a very small car, so you don't need a lot of options here. It does defrost very quickly, heated seats, and the heated, cooled, and where they're going and all that. It's very, very fast and straightforward. This is a 2+2 coupe, by the way. This is a large storage space for things like your phone and whatnot. It's kind of useful. I've been just throwing my phone in there. Very nice, because when your phone is tied to the car, a lot of stuff will show up there that you may or may not have seen in other cars. It's kind of nice. This is the keyless version, so here's a push start. Here's a 12-volt shifter. This is the automatic, so it's not the standard, but you can put it into sport mode and shift it yourself. Then you have your drink holders, one of which is hidden underneath this and the handbrake. You'll see the dash. It has the usual German glove box and a larger glove box. You'll see the dash is very nice. It's not ugly at all. I really like these seats. You see this blue here with the leather here. Very, very nice. And of course, this has the Fender audio. You cannot get better than that. Trust me on that. Otherwise, one other thing I want to show you is up here. This is the sunroof, right? Opens up, nice kind of a opaque cloth. I really like this. But here, I want to show you these controls. This is SOS and whatnot. But this knob is what controls the sunroof. You push it up to crack the back of the sunroof, or you turn it, and you'll hear it moving as I turn it. Different spots move it about an inch a piece for these. It's kind of weird, but it's one of those little quirky things that people tend to like when they're fiddling around with a car like this. And then otherwise you just have lighting and so forth. So Pretty quick and dirty. There's not a lot to show. It's a very, very tiny car. This is the 2014 Volkswagen Beetle R Line. It's very fun to drive. Kind of a poor man's Porsche, I think. So there you go. That's it. This has been Aaron for AaronOnAutos.com. Talk to you again soon.